y'all, so my name is Jay and I'm back at it with another YouTube video. So this video was highly requested. I have been getting a lot of compliments about my locks. I have been locked since July 2021. So right now I'm currently at the 3-year mark, and this is how long my hair has gotten. When I first started my locks were like right here, shoulder length. And then each year they just kept growing and growing with my maintenance. So today I am here to give you guys a couple of tips and possibly any questions that you may have. I may answer in this video, but if you have any additional questions, you can always comment down below and I can make a part 2 of this video and I can answer those questions for you. Now, I do want to let everyone know that I am not a professional loctician. These are the tips that I have learned throughout my lock journey. Everybody's lock journey is different. I just want to put that out there. So the first tip I have for you guys today is do not retwist too often. And if you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes down here, so I won't forget like the steps and stuff. Alright, so do not retwist your hair too often, because if you retwist your hair too often, it will cause breakage and it will cause extra tension on your hair that you do not need. Okay, so tip number 2, you're going to keep your hair moisturized. Now, you do not want to over moisturize your hair because you do not want your hair to feel heavy, but you do not want to under moisturize your hair either because you don't want your scalp to be dry. So I recommend, if you have a dry scalp, that to me is a common sign that you need to moisturize your hair, whether it's with water, whether it's with rose water, rice water, whatever products that you use, leave-in conditioners, what else? Oils. If you have any oils, like special oils that you use for your hair, definitely moisturize your hair. What am I want to say? Yeah, definitely moisturize your hair if your scalp is dry and itchy. And if that doesn't work, then more likely you probably need to wash your hair. Alright, step 3, or tip number 3, do not use any wax or cream products in your locks. And the reason why I'm saying this is because both wax and cream products, cream-based products, can build up in your locks if you use them too often, causing them to have leftover residue from the products that you do not want, because once it dries up, it is very hard to get out unless you do a detox on your hair. So I highly recommend do not use any wax products, no wax colors, no cream-based products like cream-based leave-in conditioners, cream-based, I don't know, scalp treatments, stuff like that. I would not recommend to go in your locks unless you know for sure that you can get it out yourself. Alright, tip number 4. This is a question that I get very often. How often do you retwist your hair? Me personally, I retwist my hair every 8 weeks. Everyone's different. Everyone is different. The average amount for an average retwist is 8 weeks, like every 8 weeks. But I know some people do it before 8 weeks. Some people do it after 8 weeks. Me personally, it all depends on how quickly your hair grows. My hair grows kind of quick, so I usually do like every 8 weeks. But you do not want to do it too often to where it causes breakage in your hair. And you do not want to wait too long to where your new growth starts to thinning out from it not being retwisted one time, if that makes sense. Okay. Me personally, the longest I will go without a retwist is 9 weeks. So I would say anywhere between 8 to 9 weeks is when I would usually do my retwist as well as my wash. Alright, tip number 5. Avoid dyeing your locks with bleach. I know some people out here can manage it. If you can manage it, then go for it. But me personally, if you're not the type of person to keep up with your locks and you want to dye your hair, it is not a good idea because it will cause breakage. The bleach will dry your hair out if you do not keep it moisturized. So if you go to a specialist that specializes in that and they keep your hair moisturized, then go for it. But me personally, I will not do it on my own hair. If you ever see my locks dyed, more likely it's probably either a semi-permanent dye that doesn't have bleach, or it's a shampoo dye that doesn't contain any bleach. And those are out there, you guys. So if you do need tips on where to find those two items, I can leave a link in the description below, or I can make another video and I can give you guys what specific sites have those type of items, because I just recently found out that they even sell dye shampoo. I didn't know you can use a shampoo that dyes your hair automatically. Didn't know that. But they do have it on Amazon. So if you are interested in that link, comment down below and let me know. But if you do dye your hair, I do suggest like a semi-permanent dye or like a shampoo dye that doesn't contain bleach. Now I know this might be a struggle for people with darker hair, just because of the simple fact that it's hard to dye your hair without bleach from a black to, like, let's say a honey blonde. Now if you're trying to do that drastic change in your locks, then yes, I would suggest bleaching, but I would suggest that you highly moisturize your hair after bleaching to prevent breakage. But if you're just trying to go from like a black to a brown, I would suggest like semi permanent dyes or like the shampoo dyes that they have available on Amazon. Alright. Tip number 6. How often should you moisturize your hair? Now again, this all depends on the person. Me personally, I moisturize my hair. I try to moisturize I try to moisturize my hair at least once a week with oil and water. I try to stay away from all of the cream-based, wax-based products. Sometimes I use gel-based products, but it all depends on the gel-based products. They say not to use gel-based products either, but me personally, when I do my retwist, in order for my retwist to stay, I personally use gel-based products that do not cause buildup. So that I would definitely look into products that do not cause buildup. If you are looking into like gel-based products to use on your locks. Let's see. What was it? How often to moisturize your hair? Right. So I moisturize my hair once a week, or whenever my scalp gets extremely itchy. So yeah. Try not to over moisturize. So like I said, if you do moisturize, make sure you spray your hair with water first. And so that way when you what's the word I'm looking for? When you put your oil in your hair, that water can act as a sealant to seal in those moistures from the oils. If you just put oil in your hair and without the water, it's not going to seal into your scalp. It's just going to sit there and just marinate. I'm sorry, y'all. This paper just keeps flying everywhere. It's just going to sit there and it's going to marinate. It's not going to go into your scalp properly. You always need to water your hair before you oil it, so that way it can work together as a sealant. Now, I know that sounds weird because water and oil doesn't mix, but in hair products, don't mix it in your actual hair products. But if you was to spray your hair down with water first to get it soft, and then add the oil to act as like a sealant, the water is acting like a sealant, so that way it goes into your scalp. So that is what I usually do. Now, if you experience dry scalp, then I would probably recommend oiling your hair more often than others. But if your scalp is pretty oily, me personally, I would just let it ride out and just oil it that once a week to avoid your hair being heavy. Because we all know heavy hair is not, it's not fun, y'all. It really is not fun. Alright, so step number 7, or tip number 7. No, I already did 7, sorry y'all. Wait. No, step number 7. How often should I wash my hair? This answer is solely on you. Me personally, I wash my hair every 8 weeks. Sometimes twice every week, every 8 weeks, depending on how my scalp is. So I tend to have a very dry scalp sometimes. So when my scalp is itching to the point to where nothing's working, no oil's working, no water's working, I wash my hair. Because 9 times out of 10, that will help your itchy scalp. And then after you wash your hair, oil it down while it's still damp, so that way you don't have to spray your hair after you wash your hair. But generally, that is solely up to you. I know some people don't like to wait that long to wash their scalp. I know some people wash it every month. Some people wash it every 8 weeks. Some people wash it every 6 weeks, every 2 weeks. It all depends on you, per se. There's no, how should I put this? There's no set time that you have to wash your hair. You can really wash your hair whenever you want to. But just keep in mind, when you have a fresh retwist and you wash your hair after your fresh retwist, 9 times out of 10, your locks will unwind. So please keep that in mind as well. Which is why I try to wait it out every 8 weeks, so that way I can still have that fresh lock look after the first month. And yeah. Okay, so the last tip that I have for you guys is, a lot of people question whether they should detox their hair. So the last tip is, should you detox your hair? And how would I know if my hair needs a detox? Now, I've had my locks for 3 years. I always keep my locks clean. I make sure my scalp is clean. I make sure they smell fresh even when I don't wash my hair. I use dry shampoos whenever I feel like I need to use a dry shampoo, but don't need to wash my hair yet, just to keep it smelling fresh and whatnot. But me personally, I have yet to detox my hair, and I've had my locks for 3 years. My hair is nice and healthy, nice and full, nice and clean. Now, if you keep your hair nice and clean and nice and, lint free, scalp dandruff free, then you shouldn't need a detox. But if you do not take care of your hair, you have lint all throughout your hair, you have dandruff all throughout your hair, and you just can't find a way to get it out, I would highly recommend doing a detox. Now, detoxes are usually done either once or twice a year. I personally never done it, but I was always told that it's best to do it yearly instead of every 6 months. Now, the items that they use to do detox is lemon, apple cider vinegar, and baking soda with like warm to hot water. As hot as you can stand it, I would say. And then just let your hair soak for about a good 40 minutes. Then rinse your hair out, and then you want to do it one more time just to make sure you got all that dirt out. Now, when you do your first detox, don't be alarmed. The water is going to look nasty. If you know that you're doing it right, I didn't say that right. Let me rephrase that. You know that you are doing it right if once you clean out your hair from the first detox and you do that second detox for another 30 to 40 minutes, and the water starts to look lighter than what the first detox was. So your goal is to get the water as clear as possible, so that way you know that your hair is completely clean. Now, how am I going to explain this? Yeah. And yeah, there's something else I want to say, but I just can't remember it right now. I can't think of it. I forgot. It went through my head. But I do have a bonus tip for you guys. This would be tip number 9 bonus. To avoid breakage. I know the girls love the styles of the locks, the barrel twist, the updo flower looking things, the pineapples, like the updo pineapples with the locks. Now, I understand the girls love the styles, but having a style in your hair too often can cause breakage due to the amount of tension that locticians or whoever's doing your hair is adding onto the style. So let's say you're having barrel twists and they're just like pulling your hair, like pulling it to do the barrel twist and whatnot. That is extra tension on your scalp. Now, I would not recommend, if you do get a lock style, I do not recommend keeping the style in more than 2 weeks And this is just from my experience from the one time I had my hair styled recently, probably within the last year or so. I've only had my hair styled once since I've had my hair locked. And I didn't like the tension. Like, I made sure she didn't do it too tight, but I didn't like the fact that you can feel still the tension from just your locks pulling in the style. So I would definitely avoid locked styles to avoid breakage, because too much tension on your hair will cause breakage. Now, updos are fine. Well, putting your hair in a ponytail is fine and whatnot. Just don't do it too often, or just don't do it too tight is what I recommend. And that's all I have for you guys. It's coming soon. I will have a lock maintenance vlog to where I actually show you guys how I wash my hair, what oils I use, stuff like that. I may also do a retwisting vlog all in one, so that way you guys know like what the process looks like and stuff like that. If you are interested in that, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will get to work. See you guys on the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.